The House comes to questions for oral answer. Question number 1, in the name of Chris Bishop.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Finance. How does the government's fiscal strategy support the New Zealand economy?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, at the budget we issued the latest fiscal strategy report setting out the government's priorities. These priorities for good management of government finances underpin the stability and sustainability of government transfers and services, and have been an important part of the sovereign rating provided by credit rating agencies to New Zealand. These priorities are returning to surplus this year, reducing net debt to 20% of GDP by 2020, reducing ACC levies, beginning to reduce income taxes from 2017 with a focus on low and middle income earners, and using any windfall gains to get debt down to 20% by 2020.
Outstanding record.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What progress has the government made on the first of its priorities, which is returning to surplus this year?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, 4 years ago the government posted the largest deficit a New Zealand government's had at 18 billion or 9% of GDP following the global financial crisis and Canterbury earthquakes. The deficit was halved in 2012, halved again in 2013 and reduced to 2.9 billion last year. The government continues to focus on achieving the surplus target. We don't know whether we will get to surplus in 2014-15 for another couple of months. What is clear is that the government is succeeding in supplying more services and better services to the New Zealand public under relatively tight financial conditions.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What progress has the government made in progressing its other fiscal priorities?
The Honourable
Speaker,
Bill English.
We remain on track with the other priorities. In Budget 15, we signalled another $500 million reduction in annual ACC levies, on top of the $1.5 billion reduction since 2011. Our net debt is projected to fall to 19.7% of GDP by 2020-21, in line with our long-term target. And if there are any positive revenue surprises, which looks a bit less likely now, then we would apply those to reducing debt.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Bishop.
What are the benefits of returning to surplus and paying down debt?
The Honourable Bill English.
No idea.
Order. Order. I've called the Minister of Finance to answer the question. Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, New Zealand governments have tried to run low debt for the last 20 years or so in order to increase its ability, in order to ensure that we can deal with significant economic shocks, such as the global financial crisis and the Christchurch earthquakes. But achieving lower debt now does mean that for the foreseeable future, the government has to be quite careful with its spending so we can generate sufficient surpluses to reduce the debt that we've run up over the last 6 or 7 years.
Question number 2, James Shaw.